What's going on YouTube? James here. Welcome back to James Talks Movies, where today I am going to be talking about the new film directed by Francis Lawrence called The Long Walk. Now, The Long Walk is a movie that is based off a Stephen King novel. It was actually his first ever novel that he wrote. And so years later, that was probably years ago, but they never made a movie on it, and now they finally did. Francis Lawrence also directed the Hunger Games films, which obviously the Hunger Games is another set of movies that is based off really popular IP books. And so he's kind of doing the same thing with this film, with this being a novel by a high beloved author. And the plot also is very much like the Hunger Games. You have these this raffle or this game, if you will, that is government run, where all the boys in the state are kind of told about this this raffle that you can do, or this game, or whatever it is, where you get sent to this camp, basically, where they have a route set up for you, where you have to walk an endless amount of time, and if you stop walking, you get shot. You don't only lose, but you get shot and killed. And because of that, the stakes are really high, and 30 brave boys end up doing this, and you get to see kind of their thought process as they're doing it, the betrayals along the way, and the moral dilemmas that ensue. And so, like I said, it's very similar to Hunger Games in that way, where you have just like people from various different areas of life coming into this big event, and with really high stakes. And just to get right into my thoughts on the film, I liked it. I don't think it's great, or I don't think it really lived up to its full potential. Now, I think that as a thriller, it does quite work pretty good. It's very generic, a very kind of one-note thriller. But if you're just kind of looking for what the trailer promised, and like nothing really more than that, I could see why you would enjoy this. There is a lot you get to kind of see, like I said before, the characters' thought process along the way. You get to see them really getting to know each other, and kind of their backstories, as well as kind of you get to see a lot of the brutalities and the ins and outs of what it takes during this long walk. It really does not shy away from the gruesomeness and the grossness, even, of the things that happen throughout this story. And because of that, you get really edge of your seat sequences, or at least like really interesting sequences. And it's never boring, I will say that. Maybe a little bit towards the middle, where it does get a little repetitive, but I'll get a little bit more into that in a minute. More things that I liked about the film is it was very well shot, very well filmed. There's not a lot that they can do with the setting to make it look that visually interesting, because it's just a road. But with like some of the placements of the sun and just like the atmosphere shots, what they can do with it, they really do their best with making it visually interesting. The score in the movie, when you do a thriller, you need a really thrilling score, and the music score in here is very well done. And yeah, so overall, I did really enjoy the film. I think there were a lot of interesting ideas in here that the characters explain to each other, and you get to see a lot of their relationships grow, their thought process throughout, and like I said, the gruesomeness of the walk itself, and kind of the ins and outs of what it took to go on this journey. Where this movie loses me is actually the development of the characters. Even if you get to see these characters kind of getting to know each other and kind of helping each other out throughout this journey, and the betrayals and all of that, their backstories, I feel like, are all really underdeveloped. Now, there are some characters that do explain their backgrounds, and you even get some flashbacks here and there of some characters and kind of their stories. But they just don't go into them well enough, and when they do, they're told upon instead of shown. So then the outcome of the character's journey does not feel as earned, because it's just not explained well enough, because it's not visually showing. It's too much tell and not show, and it just kind of makes it for a very repetitive experience as well, just because you're just not really interested in the backstories of the characters. So then it just kind of feels like the same old generic thing, if that makes sense. I think a part of that too is there's just a lot of rules in this game, walk game, that is just not really looked upon. A good example that I have is in the Hunger Games. Now, the Hunger Games, you had places, like safe places that you can hide. You had weapons to defend yourself. You had advantages that made the actual game itself feel a little bit more doable, and just not as fake and manufactured. But in this game, literally the only rule is you just keep walking, and if you walk, and if you stop walking, you get shot. There is no safe place for you to hide. There's no secret areas here and there for you to look for and protect yourself. There's no secret weapons along the way. So, just them walking for as long as they can, without any stops, and with these rules where if you go right off the road, you get shot and killed. These very unfair rules, it just makes it feel really manufactured and fake. What I was saying, I don't like, and it's just a movie that just has a lot of those scratch your head moments, where it's kind of like, this is a really unfair game, and you kind of wish that you also got a little bit more outlook from the community of this town, and kind of showing what their perspective is on the government that's making them do this, and kind of having them trying to stop this government from doing what they're doing. I feel like could have made it just a little bit more compelling. And finally, my also a big negative I have is actually with Mark Hamill himself. Yes, Han Solo himself, Mark Hamill, is in this film. Another positive that I forgot to mention is all the cast does a really good job. Like, there's a bunch of young actors in here, and I think that they do great. Mark Hamill, however, I think was miscast in this film. He's acting like he's in a completely different film to me. I feel like he just feels like he's hamming it up a little bit too much. He plays the governor that's kind of putting on this event here, and he's kind of playing a satirical. He plays it like a satirical governor instead of matching the dial tone that the film kind of sets. And overall, it was just not a choice that I thought was great. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on The Long Walk. Let me know all your thoughts on The Long Walk down below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? I would love to hear all your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that on the notification button after you subscribe to be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.